A father never dreamed that his daughter's boyfriend would be wealthy to such an astonishing extent.
What the heck? Is that a facial recognition scanner?
The luxurious detached villa at the entrance is merely the security guard's duty room. The yard is large enough to house a zoo, and it even takes a 30-minute journey just to get from the gate to the main building. The family is overjoyed. Ned originally thought his future son-in-law would be a classy and talented young gentleman, but he never expected the man to be a foul-mouthed hooligan.
In the house! Yes! This is awesome! Get up here, I'm so psyched to meet you. Family, baby.
This scene directly frightens Ned, but this is just the appetizer. Laird's unique way of welcoming them makes Ned's blood pressure soar even higher. Ned can no longer hold back and states he will leave in at most half an hour. Stephanie hurriedly reminds Laird to put some clothes on, but her boyfriend says he has prepared a surprise.
Ta-da!
Laird enthusiastically shows them his new tattoo, which is actually their family portrait from last Christmas. Even the family pet dog has been accurately replicated. However, Stephanie's mother, Barb, takes a glance and smilingly points out that the tattoo artist even included the words "Happy Holidays" right next to it.
Get the out of here.
Ned's brow knits into a knot. He simply cannot understand how his daughter, a top student at a prestigious school who is about to graduate, could fall for such a savage. But what Ned does not know is that this seemingly rough man has already prepared gifts tailored to their likings in his own way. Knowing Ned loves bowling, Laird actually built 2 professional lanes right in the house, with a cartoon portrait of Ned and his younger son Scotty hanging on the wall. He knows Barb loves art, so the living room is filled with valuable masterpieces. However, Laird's expensive gestures of goodwill are soon completely offset by his reckless words.
I gotta tell you, Ned, great art really gets me aroused. It's actually a very strong aphrodisiac.
Laird,
Not that you need any help getting turned on by that gorgeous woman.
honey.
What? Your mom is beautiful. She deserves some props for that.
Well, I'll take a compliment wherever I can get one.
Well, here's another one. You got a banging bod, too.
Oh, all right.
Ned breaks down completely and immediately pulls Stephanie outside for a talk. In his eyes, Laird is a person who swears constantly, dresses revealingly, and acts frivolously. Aside from money, he seems to have no redeeming qualities, and he is even 10 years older than his daughter. Stephanie begs her father to set aside his prejudice, saying that Laird is just different in how he expresses himself, and that with more time, he'll come to see his good side. She is full of hope that her father can stay for Christmas and give Laird another chance to prove himself.
Really important to me.
Seeing his daughter's almost pleading look, Ned's heart softens. He really cannot bear to directly shatter her happiness, so he ultimately agrees. At the dinner table, Laird has carefully prepared a French feast. Watching his daughter and Laird acting lovingly before the table, a smile finally appears on Ned's tense face. Ned cannot help but ask about how they met. Laird hides nothing, frankly stating he started his business after high school and only began looking for true love once his company was on track. At a party, he accidentally encountered the beautiful and intelligent Stephanie and fell in love instantly. To get closer to Stephanie, he even deliberately pretended to be poor. Usually full of profanity, his eyes suddenly become gentle and delicate when talking about his girlfriend, and he carefully recounts every one of Stephanie's preferences. But this tenderness is quickly shattered by Laird's next words, as he talks about how they confirmed their relationship on just the 3rd date, and even mentions spending the night together on Valentine's Day. The relaxed smile on Ned's lips instantly freezes. But what truly strikes Ned like a bolt of lightning is learning that they have already been living together for a whole year. The secret Stephanie carefully hid for a year collapses with a bang amidst Laird's unreserved confession. In Ned's heart, Stephanie has always been that obedient, sensible, and considerate little princess. But now, his daughter has not only lived with a boyfriend behind his back, but also chose such a rebellious man. Instantly, his daughter's image in his heart completely crumbles. Until bedtime, Ned still cannot let it go, complaining about Laird in the room. Suddenly, a knock comes from the door. Ned thinks his daughter has come to comfort him, but when the door opens, the person in view is that headache-inducing Laird. It turns out Stephanie had a big fight with him because of his recklessness, blaming him for disrespecting her family. Laird feels very guilty and came specifically to apologize to Ned.
I owe you two an apology. When I get nervous, all kinds of crap comes flying out of my mouth, and I know that's not how you guys roll.
The straightforward Laird not only bows his head to sincerely admit his mistake immediately, but also takes this opportunity to reveal his past to the Ned couple. He was ruthlessly abandoned by his father at a young age and grew up in an environment lacking guidance and care. He states he will treat them like his own biological parents and love Stephanie with everything he has. When Laird candidly tells of his thorny past, the tense expressions of the Ned couple gradually relax. They can imagine how hard it is for a child without a father's company and lacking discipline to struggle alone to where he is today. The prejudice in Ned's heart toward Laird loosens for the first time. Perhaps this man is not as hopeless as he imagined. He just uses the wrong way to express himself. Seeing the couple's attitude soften, Laird immediately perks up and enthusiastically invites Ned to exercise with him tomorrow morning, saying he wants to experience some father-son time. Ned is about to decline, but looking at Laird's expectant eyes and thinking of Laird's miserable childhood, he eventually agrees. The next morning, Laird is already dressed and waiting downstairs. For him, who lacked fatherly love since childhood, exercising with his future father-in-law is an incredibly sacred thing, but no one expects this long-awaited father-son time to start with a suffocating awkwardness. Ned heads straight for the bathroom after getting up, but when ready to rise, he discovers there is no toilet paper. In desperation, Ned has to ask his wife to look in the hall. Unexpectedly, his wife searches every corner and cannot find a single tissue. Just as Ned is on the verge of a breakdown, the estate manager Gustav rushes over, prompting Ned to press the button on the left control panel for automatic cleaning. Ned presses the button skeptically, and the next second, it turns out Ned pressed the wrong button in his panic. The cleaning mode turns into a feminine care mode. Gustav helplessly has to demonstrate how to operate it personally. Two grown men look at each other in the spacious bathroom, the air filled with suffocating awkwardness. Having finally escaped the bathroom scare, Ned also gets to experience a high-tech toilet. When Ned changes clothes and sets off with Laird, he thinks the morning exercise is just running. Who knew Laird would lead him straight into a private zoo? Ned realizes Laird's wealth is far beyond imagination. Before he can recover from the shock, Gustav suddenly jumps out from behind a tree to ambush Laird. Only when Laird claps his hands to signal surrender does Gustav stop. Ned stands aside, completely confused. Gustav then calmly explains that Laird dislikes bodyguards sticking close to him, so they often do self-defense training. After speaking, Gustav leaves in a hurry. Subsequently, Laird takes Ned to his office in the zoo. It turns out Laird wants to propose to Stephanie on Christmas. Before that, he hopes to get future father-in-law Ned's approval and blessing first.
Laird, really appreciate you coming to me,
Of course.
but the answer is no.
Laird feels very confused. Clearly he has changed a lot, so why is it not quite like he imagined?
Stephanie is just not ready for this step in her life.
Ned frowns deeply, stating bluntly that Stephanie is still young and at a critical period for her studies, so discussing marriage is too early. Moreover, he knows very little about Laird and really cannot rest assured in trusting his daughter to him. Facing doubts, Laird shows no sign of retreating. Instead, he pleads with a firm gaze for Ned to give him a chance. He vows to win the whole family's approval with practical actions before Christmas, and then solemnly propose to Stephanie. This time, Ned unexpectedly nods readily, tacitly consenting to this test full of unknowns. Actually, Ned knows very well in his heart that he does not intend to truly bless this marriage. But what he didn't expect is that a phone call explodes like thunder. The printing factory he painstakingly managed has fallen into a serious financial crisis. At this rate, it will crash and close down next month. Burning with anxiety, Ned immediately orders his assistant to contact partners for aid. He has no idea that this headache-inducing phone call has already been recorded word for word by the smart assistant in Laird's room. While Ned is burnt out by the company crisis, Laird has already successfully captivated Scotty with a game console, and the two chat happily. Scotty even looks forward to inheriting his father's company in the future and changing the traditional printing factory model. Laird not only listens seriously, but also gives his own suggestions from time to time, encouraging Scotty to pursue his dreams. Just as Ned is upset about company matters, Scotty suddenly rushes in with a shocking discovery. He accidentally found Laird's Christmas party guest list, which is full of famous names in Silicon Valley, and even the startup legend Tyson Medell is prominently listed. Seeing the light of worship in Scotty's eyes, Ned hurriedly holds down his shoulders and speaks with a solemn expression.
Most of these internet companies are built on smoke and mirrors.
What?
Don't get sucked in. That whole industry is based on hooey.
You know, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you. Times are changing, Pops, and not everything you think is hooey is hooey.
Ned is dismissive of this, but when he turns to look out the window, he sees Laird sitting in the garden chatting with Barb, his face full of relaxation and joy. Ned has mixed feelings. He suddenly feels that Laird is like an octopus, silently extending his tentacles toward his family. The party on Christmas Eve is held as scheduled. Laird has decorated the villa with brilliant lights, and guests gather, everyone wearing glamorous evening gowns and talking and laughing. Ned, wearing an old-fashioned suit, looks out of place in the crowd. He wanted to find a corner to hide, but unexpectedly meets the world's richest man at the bar. Ned is completely stunned. He never imagined Laird could actually invite such a big shot, and his attitude toward Laird quietly shifts as a result. After the party, Ned finally catches a chance to be alone with his daughter. He weighs his words and asks carefully why she has fallen for Laird. Stephanie also keenly captures the probing meaning in her father's words and answers seriously.
How?
You're both the most honest and authentic men that I know. It comes out in totally different ways.
Oh, well.
Laird has literally no filter.
I don't know that to be true. Is that right?
Okay.
Sorry.
But I swear his heart is always in the right place. He's a very good guy, and I love him.
Stephanie's words plunge Ned into deep thought. He has always used the name of For Her Own Good to measure Laird by his own standards, but never thought about what his daughter really wants. Perhaps he is really wrong, so he decides to face this foul-mouthed brat squarely. On Christmas Day, Ned and Laird walk side by side to the Christmas tree market. For Laird, who has lacked fatherly love since childhood, this seemingly ordinary purchasing task is like a belated precious gift. He puts away his usual cynical demeanor, his eyes full of longing, and asks Ned cautiously,
You ever get nervous about shifting tides?
Well, you know, every business has its ups and downs.
Korea gang? Been struggling a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it's a tough landscape, dude.
It doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
This sentence is ostensibly to comfort Laird, but actually hides Ned's determination to encourage himself. Soon, Laird takes a fancy to a Christmas tree. Unexpectedly, Laird actually eyes the Christmas tree at the entrance of a rival company. Ignoring Ned's obstruction, he borrows a chainsaw from nearby, determined to take it for himself. But he clumsily fiddles with the chainsaw for a long time and just cannot get it started. Seeing Laird's flustered look, Ned helplessly steps forward to take the chainsaw. He makes no extra movements. With just a gentle pull, the chainsaw starts. Laird watches dumbfounded, his eyes full of admiration. In this moment, he seems to see the father figure he never owned, who can solve anything easily. The two return fully loaded, with a tall Christmas tree strapped to the roof and a lively rhythm flowing from the car stereo. On the return journey, the tense atmosphere between Ned and Laird quietly melts away. Ned takes the opportunity to bring up the agreement in the tent, euphemistically reminding him that Stephanie still has 2 semesters to graduate and her future career plan is not yet clear, thinking that proposing at this time may not be a wise move. However, Laird responds calmly and without concern.
All right, Ned. I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but I just want to put your mind at ease. Look, Stephanie is not going back to school next semester.
What?
Dude, I know you're probably shocked, but do not worry. She's already got this awesome job lined up at this nonprofit.
And what organization is that exactly?
She's gonna be president of the Laird Mayhew Foundation.
This message instantly turns Ned's face black. He turns around without a word and rushes into the house, questioning the whole family strictly. However, what makes him even more desperate is that the reactions of his wife and younger son are calm. At this moment, Ned finally understands that he is the outsider being kept in the dark. Stephanie hurriedly steps forward to explain that this foundation is dedicated to protecting women's rights while helping to improve the ecological environment in the third world.
And when that all goes belly up, you know what you're left with?
What?
Being a college dropout. That's it.
You don't get it.
He glances inadvertently, but unexpectedly sees a tattoo on his daughter, which undoubtedly makes the situation worse. At this moment, Ned is full of confusion and incomprehension about his daughter's ideals, and the sight of the whole family standing side by side with Laird makes him angry and despairing.
Why do you have such a big problem with Laird?
Great question. You know why?
Why?
Because of his influence, you drop out of college. Because of his influence.
You're clearly not in a place to listen to me right now. So I'm gonna go. Thank you, Pops, for the guidance. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In order to expose Laird's true colors, Ned decides to take a risk. He calls an old friend who is a computer expert, and the two conspire to hack into Laird's computer, vowing to find ironclad evidence of him deceiving Stephanie. Just as they are ready to act, the footsteps of Stephanie and Laird suddenly come from outside the door. In a panic, Ned has to quickly crawl under the table. Hiding under the table, listening to his daughter scolding Laird for the leak, he feels a trace of secret delight in his heart, fully expecting this storm to cause a rift between them. Unexpectedly, Laird reacts extremely quickly. His apology is timely and sincere, turning the quarrel into tender words in a few sentences. Immediately after, face-blushing kissing sounds ring out overhead, and Ned hurriedly covers his ears. A worse situation follows. The protection system of Laird's computer triggers an alarm, not only instantly locking the device but also causing a blackout at the old friend's house, paralyzing the power supply. However, Ned accidentally discovers that Laird's unlocked tablet screen clearly displays a foreign debt bill of more than $4 million. This discovery explodes like thunder. He decides the so-called charity plan is a carefully woven scam. Burning with anxiety, he finds Stephanie and can't wait to tell her this truth that is enough to overturn everything.
Look at this. His own bank records. All in red.
Is this for real?
Yeah, it's true. Guerrilla Gang hasn't crushed one in a couple years.
So you lied to me. I'm dropping out of school to start a foundation that you're supposed to be financing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facing Stephanie's furious questioning, Laird behaves calmly. Just then, Gustav steps in to resolve the situation in time, revealing that these debts are just part of the shares held in Laird's name, and his personal assets are still strong, fully capable of supporting the Foundation's operations.
How much money do you have?
Babe, you don't have to answer this.
Yes, he does.
Fine.
Full disclosure.
It's bad. Down to my last 97 million. 197 million.
The faces of Ned's entire family are written with disbelief. But this is not over. To completely win his father-in-law's approval, Laird not only paid off $370,000 in debt for Ned, but also acquired the printing factory on the verge of bankruptcy, transforming into the largest shareholder, saving the factory. In Ned's view, Laird's help in snowy weather is simply a trampling of his dignity.
I can't believe that you didn't tell us about this.
What? No, it just... Look, the business has been running a little rough lately, and I'm already working on a new deal right now, so...
In Ned's eyes, Laird is like a greedy octopus, not only tightly entangled his family, but now also attempting to use money to trample on his career and dignity. In a rage,
Just so you don't stress, you're still gonna be the big cheese, dude. I plan on being a very hands-off owner. So what do you say, partner?
this stubborn father does not hesitate to wrestle with Laird. However, this duel of disparate strength is doomed from the start.
Disengage.
Dude, that was kind of cool.
Every bruise on Ned's body silently tells of his wretchedness and helplessness, declaring the complete failure of this battle to defend dignity. That night, Ned packs his luggage with the whole family overnight and flees Laird's villa in an embarrassing silence. However, Stephanie's look at him becomes cold and strange for the first time, yet fate's joke is not over. Unexpectedly, the next second, Ned receives a call from a new project partner. In an instant, Ned is like a loser abandoned by the times. Career, family, dignity are all gone. When Ned returns home in a wretched state, the scene before him leaves him shocked and speechless. All the employees of the printing factory are gathered in his living room. It turns out that Laird saved the company crisis single-handedly, not only successfully introducing key investors, but also keeping jobs for all employees. The employees not only regard Ned as a hero who turned the tide, but also spontaneously crowdfunded a tablet computer to express their gratitude. As soon as Ned's fingertips touch the tablet screen, the interface that lights up is actually a comic. A screenshot Laird posted on a social platform. Looking at this crooked but warm comic, Ned's eyes instantly turn red. He finally understands that although he and Laird live in completely different worlds, that kindness hidden in the bottom of their hearts is equally hot and burning. At that moment, a roaring sound comes from the sky. Laird lands in front of Ned's house in a private helicopter, stating he wants to join this Christmas family gathering. A blindfolded Stephanie is led toward Ned. The reunion, which should have been a romantic surprise, changes flavor the moment she pulls off the blindfold.
Surprise.
You brought me home without telling me.
I realize I violated the sanctity, but I just thought the family should all be together today.
Okay, that wasn't your place to do that, hon.
It turns out she feels like a private item, pushed back and forth by two self-righteous men.
I'm done. This is the worst Christmas ever.
Steph. Yeah, she's pissed.
Shit. I just thought that you guys should be together today. Happy holidays, Ned.
You too, Laird. Come here. So what happened? You didn't propose?
How could I? I never got your permission, and we pinky swore I wouldn't ask without it.
Laird, you never needed my permission to ask Stephanie to marry you. But if it still means anything to you, you have my blessing.
Ned's words hide a father's gentle, tacit consent to his daughter's growth, which is both the relief after the sedimentation of time and a decent exit under full pride. After saying this, Ned tells Laird to wait here and says he'll find a way to get Stephanie to come out. Back home, Ned pulls his daughter aside.
That out in California, I disappointed you, and that kills me. And I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry, too. I threw you in the deep end out there. I should have never asked you to come. Honestly, no.
Honey, you didn't do anything
What
wrong.
was I thinking?
It was me. It's just that when we got out to Laird's, I just didn't feel like I knew you anymore. And
This is me.
okay, look, I forgot.
Oh, God, he's still out
I
there.
know.
In a tank top and a scarf.
Ned finally admits his daughter has a unique eye. Those shining points on Laird have quietly conquered him. Laird's courage to take responsibility when things happen, the just right humor during interactions, and that unreserved sincerity and frankness. Ned can no longer find a reason to refuse, so he lets his daughter go out to see Laird, indicating the other party has prepared a surprise for her. Then, Stephanie comes outside. Seeing the beloved girl standing in front of him, Laird immediately takes out the ring and kneels to propose. White doves hovering above and a custom band playing romantic music. Every detail highlights Laird's dedication to this proposal. Just when the whole family holds their breath in anticipation, thinking this sweet proposal is about to usher in a perfect ending,
She said no.
I'm not ready for that. And I'm gonna finish school. For me.
Laird suddenly says. Stephanie awakens in her growth. She chooses the path of self-improvement. This rare sobriety and independence completely move the stubborn Ned, filling his eyes with undisguised pride. Laird equally cherishes his girlfriend's choice and actively postpones the proposal plan. In this contest about love and respect, no one is an absolute loser. They use understanding and tolerance to jointly achieve the perfection of love. When the traditional father Ned meets the foul-mouthed, wealthy Laird, whose values run contrary to his own, he gradually discovers through a series of laughable collisions that this seemingly unreliable man hides deep in his bones an unreserved sincerity for his daughter, a bravery in facing love, and a purity unbound by secular rules. This makes us understand that love never has a uniform template, and happiness is never limited to the standard answer of social status matching. Ned's transformation also lets us see that the essence of family affection and love is connected. Whether it is a father's guardianship of his daughter or the companionship between partners, the core is hoping you are happy. Love is not using one's own standards to transform the other party, but accepting each other's differences. It is not trying to control the other party's life, but supporting the other party to become a better self. When we put down prejudice and learn to respect, we will find that those who seem out of place may be the ones who can walk through life with us.